So to make a hexagonal pattern in Fusion 360, start by selecting the plane you want to make this pattern on. Create a sketch on that plane. Then go under the Create tab and select Polygon to circumscribed polygons right here. You can see under Arc. So place your first hexagon on the center point, and you can see on the right here, it's already by default a hexagon. So if you want to change that, you can. I'm not going to because this is for hexagons. Let's say I want to make a bunch of 10 millimeter hexagons. So I'll just create that. And if you try and just make a pattern with these now, it'll make a pattern up and down and left and right, but it won't properly pattern it diagonally, which is what we need to do for hexagons. So what we'll do is we'll create a line up here in the Create tabs, line, and hit construction or X, make sure it's a construction line. You'll see it's dotted. And just bring it out to that right or left side of the polygon and to one of these diagonals, like so. If you have a polygon that has its flat sides like this, it's a very similar idea. Just bring it up to the top, bring it up to the right. This kind of pattern. Make sure it's in this orientation with these lines. The next thing you want to do is you want to hit rectangular pattern, which is under the Create tab, and select all of your objects, which will just be your hexagon lines, and the directions will be those construction lines you made before. And you want to make sure that the distribution is spacing, because if you ever have to edit this during this, it's quite a pain with extent. Do spacing. I'm going to turn on suppression. I'll show you why in a moment. And then we are ready to draw out our hexagons, drag them out the directions. And let's say I want to make a symmetric hexagonal pattern, so I'll just hit symmetric for both of these. And now this nice symmetric hexagonal pattern. You can see all the wall distance are equal because of this spacing distribution. Now the reason suppression is on is you can see all these check marks on the polygons. If you ever only want a few, you can just uncheck certain ones and you are left with only the ones you want. So we'll just leave those unchecked. I'll just want to make this nice symmetric pattern, and you're going to hit OK, and you have this nice pattern. Now you can go ahead and just extrude these as they are, but if you want to make hexagonal walls, just only the wall parts, then you're going to have to put a barrier on the outside as well. So for example, if we're making like a coaster, we can put a circle, and let's just say our coaster is 80 millimeters in diameter. Just hit E for extrude, or go to the Create tab here when you finish sketch, and just extrude these. You can do this if you only want the walls. Now, if you want to extrude the polygons into something, for example, into a circle, which I'll just create here quickly, if you want to extrude these into a circle, you might notice that you'll have to select a whole bunch. You have to go through, and for bigger patterns, this can be quite tedious to do. So what you might do instead is you select the walls, actually, and you extrude them in 1 millimeter. It's an arbitrary distance, really, just so that these are defined in the body. And you can join that, and then we can turn off the sketch, and instead of selecting every single hexagon, now we can just click on one, hit E, or just extrude up here, and then we can select from the top left down or bottom left up, select from the left side to the right side of the others, and then just reselect the first one, and that makes it super easy to select all the hexagons. So maybe we just want to extrude them 1 millimeter into this. We did that, and now we can just unextrude this system that we made before. So it's -1, and now we've made a nice hexagonal pattern in this circle. Now for some more advanced features, let's just go ahead and just delete all that there. If we want to make hexagons on multiple planes of an object. For example, let's say we have this cube, and we want to make the same hexagonal pattern here as here. We want to make it on the same sides, but we're dealing with certain maybe arbitrary numbers that are difficult to remember. We're going to want to set up some parameters for the hexagons. So go to Modify, Change Parameters, and we can see there's a couple, there's parameters right here. And we can create new one just here, add user parameter on the top right next to filter all parameters. And let's do the hexagon size. So let's do size, sure. And the value, what if we want to make a bunch of 8.25 millimeter hexagons? We don't remember 8.25 because nobody's going to remember that. And if we want the wall distance, because the walls that separate the hexagons have to also be defined on these planes, but they also might be arbitrary values. Maybe we want like like 3 millimeter walls, for example. No, 3. So enter the name wall probably for this one, and enter your value in the expression tab. And now we have size and wall parameters. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Now, when we go to make a pattern on this top of the cube, we're going just to select the middle as we did before. So I'm going to find the center of each of these side lines, and you can see they line up in the middle, place center point. And instead of typing in the 8.25 or whatever value we had before, we're just going to go size, and now we have this nice hexagon here. And one of the great things about this is that we can go also to modify and press change parameters. And if we decide this hexagon's too big for this cube, then we can go like 4.25, which automatically changes the size of the hexagon, which is pretty great. It allows us not to have to go and redo all of the hexagons once we've made them, or just redo this once we've made it. So I'm going to go ahead and make the directions again using this nice construction line. Just hit X. And when we make the rectangular pattern this time, select all the walls, directions, select, make sure it's spacing, suppression. And then I don't know the wall distance anymore. I took these measurements before. So this is going to be size plus wall probably, I guess. And maybe 2 size plus wall. 2 times size plus wall. So we can mess around with this and realize if we have 2 times the size, it'll go double the space of the original hexagon, so it'll go right next to it. We can see here, and then we have to add the wall distance, which it's 3 millimeters. It'll show you here, but I forgot that. So now we have this nice defined distance, and we can hit symmetric. I'll just copy this metric over there, and we can increase the quantity however many we want. I want a bunch of them, so let's do there. And now we can see we have plenty of hexagons. Now I don't really want to go ahead and unselect all of these ones on the sides because that would take a while. So just hit OK, and we can do the simple wall extrude method I described earlier with the wall extrude and then extruding these individual hexagons afterwards. And what we can also do is we can go modify, change parameters, and let's say our hexagons they're still too big. They're still too big, and the walls, you know what, those are also too big. You can see as soon as I change the parameter, the hexagons change and the wall spacing changes because all of the calculations are based on the parameters instead of the values input. So if you ever want to change something afterwards, it makes it much easier. So maybe I extrude this, and then I can just go ahead, pick that there, and then just hit the extras I didn't get. That's snap to. You see, you get the point. Now, I have this nice layer, and we can do a similar thing. You can apply this parameters to another plane. Like, what if you want to make hexagons that are twice as big as these hexagons? Well, now you can, and you don't have to remember the values. So I'll just create the circumscribed polygon. I have it bound to P because I use it a lot. We just go find that center point again, and let's say size, but we want twice as big. These polygons are not big enough. So I don't know what 2 times 8.25 is right now. Well, it's 16.5, but you get my point. I'm not going to remember that. Oh, I mean, actually, it wasn't 8.25. We changed that because of the parameter. You understand the point. So if I go ahead and select these, we can make the same pattern on this side, but twice as big. So this is why we can use the parameters settings to change what we do with the cube and the hexagons.